Hello, and welcome to the first concert in the Into the Ocean series. Our featured artist today is violist Stephen Upshaw, who'll be performing a selection of experimental pieces for solo viola. Over the past few months, Steve and I have been working together to commission, perform, and record new works, which is set to be released in an upcoming album. Today's programme features 5 exciting works, including 2 of these newly commissioned pieces by composers Georgina Bowden and Heather Stephenson. We really hope you enjoy the concert.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephen Upshaw and welcome to my home. I'm really excited to be able to share these 5 solo viola pieces with you today by British composers, and just thought I'd tell you a little bit about each one before we get to the music. The first piece in the program today is by a dear friend of mine and a fantastic composer named Benjamin Graves. This piece, Nocturne, was written for me a number of years ago as part of a project at Parasol Unit Art Space in North London. A gallery that asked me to come and curate a sort of musical experience within their gallery space. And so I commissioned a number of composers to write solo pieces in response to specific works in the show. In the case of Ben's piece, he was responding to a large sort of pink neon sculpture, very beautiful and very atmospheric, by Navid Nur, the artist. And so he entitled the piece Nocturne with a large N at the end to also indicate the element neon, which is the element that he evokes in the music, I think, really brilliantly. So you hear a lot of sort of sparkling sounds, bright, kind of clear colors and harmonies in Benjamin Graves' Nocturne. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. The next piece in the program is by Georgina Bowden, um, again, British composer, but currently based in Australia. And the piece is titled Yaban Arilar, or Wild Bees. And carrying on from the visual art inspiration that we heard about in Ben's piece, Georgina uses graphic notation to communicate the musical material in her score. So you can have a look. So it's quite different from musical notation we're used to seeing. But what she's created is a really interesting and very beautiful system in which the pitch material and the techniques that I employ are communicated through small variations in color and placement of these squares in a graph that she has devised. So yeah, it creates a really interesting and kind of contrasting and dense musical texture that I think communicates a very specific image very clearly. Following on from Georgina's piece, we have Heather Stephenson's Passacaglia. And as many of you may know, the Passacaglia is a traditional musical form which originates from 17th century Spain, which traditionally involves sort of triple 3/4 meter and a repeating bass line that occurs throughout the piece. Heather has used this idea really interestingly and created very economic musical material where we have essentially a repeating cycle of 3 notes with subtle variations throughout in dynamic, in quarter tone variations, in timbre, and in playing style. And Heather gives a really interesting instruction at the beginning of the music where she indicates for the player to play hushed as if behind a closed door at the beginning. So this piece is a very slow, meditative journey from very, very quiet to very, very intense. And the subtle changes that occur throughout, I think, are what make this particularly exciting and interesting to play and hopefully to listen to. The next piece is Mark Yates' Haran for solo viola. Similar to Benjamin's piece, this piece also originates from the project I did at Parasol Unit, and it was another one of the commissions in response to one of Navid Noor's works in that particular show. Mark is a prolific composer, but also an equally prolific visual artist. He does fantastic works using paint and mixed media, in addition to his compositional practice, which is something I've always found fascinating about both his painting and his composition. In this piece as well, he uses occasionally graphic notation to indicate shapes of pitch material in combination with traditional notation and extended techniques. And this is a really wild journey through the very contrasting timbres of what the viola is capable of, and is a particularly exciting, dynamic journey through a number of different sound worlds that the viola is capable of creating. The last piece in today's program is Jonathan Harvey's Chant. Jonathan Harvey sadly passed away in 2012, but is widely regarded as one of the great British composers of the 20th century. A devout Buddhist, Harvey used these principles of focus and meditation throughout his music, and this piece is a perfect example. It has a sort of religious, ritualistic, liturgical character, and the use of scordatura, or the retuning of the two lowest strings of the instrument, add to this effect and create a particular sonority for the entire viola. Interestingly, this piece also served as a starting point for a larger work, Jubilis, for solo viola and ensemble, which I had the pleasure of playing a number of years ago with my colleagues in the Riot Ensemble. So please enjoy Jonathan Harvey's Chant. And I'd also like to just say a huge thank you for joining me today. Thank you for taking the time. And stay safe, take care, and hopefully see you on stage sometime soon.